What's going on, y'all? 5 Sports Talk back at it with another video talking some NFL, and it looks like the injury bug has already bit the NFL this season, and the season hasn't even started. I'm talking about the regular season. This is breaking news with Ryan Tannehill, who is possibly out for the entire 2017-2018 NFL season. I just read the reports with Adam Schefter and all of the other NFL reporters coming out and saying that basically what is going on is that last season when Ryan Tannehill partially tore his ACL, he never got surgery for it in the offseason. And so when he went down in training camp or practice on a non-contact play, his knee buckled, and basically even though the MRI showed no structural damage, there is now fear within the Dolphins organization that they are probably going to have Tannehill go and do that surgery because the knee is not stable. And you know what that means? That means the Dolphins are going to lose their starting quarterback for sure for about 6 weeks if he goes on the PUP list. But if not, the entire season. And so the Dolphins really have to ask themselves is, do they want Tannehill to play this season to come back and sit and come after like 6 weeks? Or do they want Tannehill to basically just sit out the entire season, get fully healthy, and come back next year? Because he is still relatively young. The Colts are facing a similar situation with Andrew Luck. But with that being said, Tannehill is, as much as he gets flack for his being mediocre and whatnot, and he is a mediocre quarterback, maybe just a little bit above average. He did only play 13 games last season, but the Dolphins did win, went 8-5. In those games. He had 19 touchdowns to 12 interceptions. The year before that, he was actually pretty decent and with 24 touchdowns and 12 picks, threw for 4,200 yards. I'm talking about the 2015 season. So he's shown signs of progress, and of course, he is the best quarterback on the roster by far. He is their starter. What does this mean now for the Dolphins in terms of what they should do and what they will do? What they should do is probably sign Colin Kaepernick. Okay, he's going to be a good fit for them. Jay Cutler's also out there as well, but I'm not sure about if Jay has kept himself in tip-top shape. He's took up that broadcasting gig, but Jeff Darlington, one of the reporters, has also said that Jay Cutler would be willing to push off on his broadcasting gig for the Dolphins. They'd be the only team he'd do that for, nobody else. So I worry, though, if Jay Cutler has kept himself in NFL shape. But the only reason he wants to play for the Dolphins is because of the familiarity with Adam Gase, who was the OC back in Chicago with Cutler. But Kaepernick's a good fit here because they have a run-heavy offense with J.A.J. The receivers are pretty good with who am I missing here? Jarvis Landry and Devontae Parker and Kenny Stills. So he would be a good fit. Look, I'm not saying you got to start the guy right away, but you let him compete with Matt Moore. Matt Moore's a very capable backup. They could just decide to stay with Matt Moore, which is what I think they will do. I don't think they're going to sign Colin Kaepernick. That's just me. I think they need to get some depth at the quarterback spot, and Kaepernick is the best option out there. RG3 is out there as well, but you just have one injury-prone quarterback and you want to go to another one? Not so sure about that. So I would probably hold off on that. Jay Cutler wouldn't be the worst option, but like I said, I don't believe he's going to be in tip-top NFL shape, and I'm not the biggest Jay Cutler fan at all, knowing that I watched him all those years in Chicago. But with that being said, I don't think it's the worst option for the Dolphins to just shut down Ryan Tannehill. Look, you're not going to compete with the Patriots in the AFC East. You're not winning the division. They were decent last year. They were pretty good, but this is not a Super Bowl team. This is not a Super Bowl roster. They didn't have too many additions in the offseason or in the draft. They are pretty much the same team that they were last season. So if you feel like surgery is the best option for Ryan Tannehill's long-term health, then you sit him out and you let him get better. If you feel like, you know what, it's not as bad as it looks, then let him come back in 6 weeks and then probably just have Matt Moore hold down the fort as much as he can. But it would not hurt you to get some competition in there is all I'm saying. So with that being said, that is what I think the Dolphins should do. What I think they will do is just stick with Matt Moore as their backup quarterback, who is now going to be their starter. But again, the situation is very fluid. Let's see if Colin Kaepernick gets a call. We're looking forward to that. Jay Cutler as well. Other guys could be in the mix that we don't know about. But with that being said, if you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please stay tuned. Comment down below on who you think the Dolphins will sign. Who do you think they should sign? And as always, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.